Getting your finances under control is a lot easier when you are in the right mindset to approach the topic, because it can be challenging to stay disciplined and consistent with any plan you put in place. That's why I discuss different methods and techniques that I come across on this channel, which may put you on a path that you can follow to improve these skills. Welcome back to my channel. My name is Reese, and in today's video, we are talking about habit stacking, which I came across in the book Atomic Habits. This is going to be the third of the 5 videos that I have planned to make covering topics that I have come across from this book, which I believe would be valuable to use in the real world. I have linked the other videos I have made covering other topics from the book down in the description below, so feel free to check them out if you want after you watch this video. And don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button so you don't miss out on any of the other videos I release in the future. Okay, so I noticed that when I first started training for my triathlon that there was this urge to invest in the gear that would allow me to perform my best. For the swimming component, it was a reliable pair of goggles and a pair of swim shorts. For the ride, it was a bike, a lightweight helmet, and a pair of ride shoes. And for the running component, it was a good pair of runners. Theoretically, that's all I needed to spend money on. But once I had what I needed, the other gear that I had for these exercise categories just didn't look right anymore. So it was kind of time to update it all. For the swim, I bought a new training bag, and to go along with it, a new towel and tog bag, which matched the color of my goggles and my swim trainers. For the ride, I bought a brand new bike pump. Definitely didn't need to buy a brand new bike pump, but I did, and some accessories for the bike. And then for my run, I basically just bought new training clothes, basically kitted myself out. And the most expensive ancillary purchase I bought was this Garmin Forerunner 945, left a link to it in the description below if you wanted to pick one up yourself. Really enjoy using it to basically track my every move. Now, I really didn't need to buy any of these extra items, but wanted to so they would match my new gear. I didn't know that there was actually a name for this phenomenon until coming across it in the book, and it's known as the Diderot effect, which works off of 2 main principles. The first principle is that all the products purchased by a consumer aim to be cohesive with that consumer's identity. And the second principle is that the introduction of a new product can trigger a process of spiraling consumption, which is what happened in my case of taking on the challenge to compete in this triathlon. It sparked a reaction of purchases. Every day we carry out different tasks and behaviors triggered by cues. This is how habits form. Habits can be good or bad, and they generally compound and spiral depending on how long we let them build for. In my triathlon experience, the cue was beginning to buy things for this newly formed habit or challenge that I had set, and the habit was basically defaulting to buying new things and replacing things I already had so they were updated, which was technically financially irresponsible. And the reason why this video came about and why I kind of latched onto it from the book is because this is not the only example, being the triathlon me replacing everything example, where I have done this. I do this for a lot of my other hobbies. And this is where we introduce the concept of habit stacking, which is to build positive habits by capitalizing on behaviors that were already a part of our everyday routines. And the way that it is portrayed in the book is to incorporate a desired behavior after doing something that is common in our routine. Simply put, after I do current habit, I will do new habit. So in my instance, I'm aware that I fall victim to the Diderot effect, and I would like to do something about it. So as an example, let's say I want to become more aware of my finances. Let's say I want to improve my knowledge on the topic of money, and let's say that I want to be able to explain common finance topics to people I know, such as the rules around curving spending, taxation, and investing. I could create new habits which allow me to achieve all of these by applying the habit stacking method. After I turn the kettle on in the morning to boil, I will check my bank account transaction history and my credit card balance to track and be more mindful of my spending. After I go to the toilet, I will spend 5 minutes reading a finance blog to expand my knowledge on finance topics, and potentially I will get a better understanding of things that I may be doing wrong with my finances. And after I have a shower, I will spend 2 minutes in the mirror talking to myself about what I have learned today regarding finance to get some practice about how I would go about presenting that information. Incorporating something like this into your routine gives us structure and almost makes it rewarding to do consistently. You are using small doses of your time to improve gradually, where these habits will eventually become second nature and compound in effect. And once you have established these new habits in your routine, you can actually go and utilize these to improve your own life. For example, I might learn something useful after taking a bog in the toilet and doing my 5 minutes of research. I might learn how to curve my spending. I might find some information about a sale that's happening on a piece of equipment that I'm going to buy anyway and could buy at half price, which I actually did with this Garmin. It's a $999 watch here in Australia and I paid $500 for it. Pretty good if I don't say so myself. The point being that I might actually learn something from doing this, which allows me to improve my finances ever so slightly. And I chip away and I apply this to my entire life. And the latter, or the other thing that could potentially happen, is I learn something I wasn't expecting to learn, like, I don't know, how to get a better rate on my home loan, which I have actually done and discussed in other videos that I have made before. Just as a simple example, within 5 minutes of doing some research, I might gain a lot of value, which carries forward into my future. If you were interested in giving this a go, I highly encourage you to list everything you do throughout your day, such as your behaviors, and make sure that you are specific. Each day you might browse a particular website or use a specific social media platform. You might eat breakfast, lunch, and dinner. You might shower. You might groom yourself. You might play a specific video game. Whatever it may be, use these as the benchmark to build your new habit. And habit stacking can really be applied to anything: exercise, knowledge, relationships with your family and friends, self-care, productivity, hygiene, and the list goes on. I just used the topic of finance for today's video. And overall, this method is easy to incorporate. It's all about short bursts of focus, and I highly encourage you to give it a go, especially if you're someone who thinks it might be beneficial in your life. It's not that hard to give something a go. There's not anything you're really going to lose from trying this. And with that being said, I hope you enjoyed today's video. I hope you got something out of it. Please, if you did, hit that like and subscribe button down below. I really do appreciate the support, and that's pretty much it. I'll leave you there. Have a good day, have a good week, and as always, I will see you in the next one. Bye for now.